Om. 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 Shri Rama Rama Rame Rameti Rame Rame Manurame Sahasranama Tatulyam Rama Nama Varanane Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manurame Sahasranama Tatulyam Rama Nama Varanane Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwarah Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om. Pranams to the lotus feet of the Lord, pranams to all the Mahatmas and Gurujis, pranams to all of you. Shloka number 84. Shubhango Loka Sarangah Stutantu Stwantu Vardhanah Indra Karma Mahakarma Krita Karma Krita Gamaha. In the last class, we just started this particular shloka and we gave the meaning of the first nama, Shubhangaha, one with beautiful limbs. Anga means limb. Shubhangaha means beautiful limbs. That's what it is. So that is primarily meant for the meditation purpose. So we can take the head to photo, can take the Bhagavan's various limbs and then meditate upon. And there are so many shlokas and then kirtans are available. We can do that. Now moving on, go to 783rd Nama, Lokasarangah. Then there are two meanings given. One is one who takes the essence of the worlds. The second meaning is one who gained through the essence of the universe. Let us look at both the meanings. So Lokasara, or the essence of universe, is Omkara. In the Upanishad, it is mentioned that Prajapati meditated and he got the three Vedas as the essence of the Lokas. And he meditated upon the three Vedas and he got three Vyahritis, Buhu, Buha, Buaha and Swaha. He further meditated upon them and got the Pranava, that is the Omkara, as the essence of. Thus, the essence of all the words and the meanings of all the words is Pranava. The bee is called Saranga. Bee is called Saranga because it takes the essence of all the flowers and gives it as one honey. Here, Bhagavan is Lokasaranga because Lokasaram Gachati. He is the one who, in the form of Prajapati, has obtained the Pranava as the Sara, the essence of all the Lokas. He is also Lokasaranga because Lokasarena Gamyate. He is attained through Pranava, the essence of all the worlds. That is by the analysis of the Omkara. Or he is Lokasaranga because he takes only the Sara, the essence of what the Lokas, the people, offer him. As even Saranga, a bee, takes only the essence from the flowers. He takes only our Shraddha and Bhakti and all other good attitudes alone and overlooks all other omissions and commissions. Like the mistakes in our puja, offerings, chanting and so on. He takes only the essence, that is the motive of the devotees. It is very important. I need to do some explanation for this particular commentary. Where he is Lokasara, he takes only essence of what the devotees offer, Shraddha and Bhakti. And the Shraddha is having the faith in the Vedas. The faith is a misnomer. Anyhow, there's no equivalent word for Shraddha. Shraddha on the Vedas and the Guru. And Vedas will not lead us to wrong path. Vedas only will do good for the humanity. So complete implicit faith, belief, whatever we call it in the English language, it is fine. And have the Shraddha and Bhakti. What is Bhakti? The Bhakti normally is referred into four types of Bhakti in Gita. Artha Bhakti, Arthartha Bhakti, Jignasu Bhakti, Jnani Bhakti. And Krishna grades them beautifully. And among them, Krishna says, the Jnani Bhakti is the one which is the ultimate, which is dearest to me. So let us look at it a bit. Okay. Jnani Bhakti is ultimately is Understanding Aham Brahmasmi Tatitvam that is the ultimate. Udara Sarva Evaite Jnani tu Atmaiva Mematam. Krishna very clearly, explicitly says. The Jnani and I are one and the same. That's what Krishna says. This is the ultimate. But the stepping stone is, the stepping layers of bhakti is initially Artha Bhakti, where we try to seek Bhagavan for getting rid of all the problems. For example, Corona again resurfacing. Fortunately, no lockdown, big lockdown is coming up. That's a good news. So, Artha Bhakti, whatever the problems I have got, please, Bhagavan, please help me get away, overcome the problems. That is Artha Bhakti. Arthartha Bhakti, Bhagavan, I want profits in the business, I want job, I want this, I want my children getting married, I want grandchildren, all these materialistic asks which you have got. It is called Arthartha Bhakti. Then the third one is Jignasu Bhakti, which is trying to know the Lord, trying to know what Shastra says, trying to understand the real essence of Veda Sara, the real essence of Veda, what it is say, and is trying to systematically study. And that is called Jignasu, a person who is studying Vedanta for understanding oneself. So, self-knowledge. So, that is a Jignasu Bhakti. So, here Bhagavan says, your Shraddha and Bhakti are very, very important. So, a person who is curious in learning the Shastra and systematically studying and then trying to finally understand either God or individual, because having the knowledge of ultimate God, which is formless, which is all-pervading, which is beyond time and space, and understanding the individual, which is again called Atma, the individual, and in totality we call it as Ishvara. Either you understand the Atma of the individual or the Ishvara in total, both will lead to the same conclusion. What is that? Ishvara only is Atma inside of everyone. Ishvara Sarvabhutanam Hirdeshe Arjuna Tishtati. So he is only inside. So it is one and the same conclusion will come. So here the Shraddha and Bhakti refers to the attitude with which we pray Lord. So initially the Arthartha Bhaktis are okay, but one is expected to graduate. That is called Nishkama Saguna Ishvara Bhakti. I have talked about it, explained in the past. Again, I'm only reminding you. So Nishkama Saguna Ishvara Bhakti is very, very important. What is Nishkama Saguna Ishvara Bhakti? Saguna Ishvara means any favorite God, God with name and form to begin with. Even though the ultimate God is Arupam, which is formless, which is which is all-pervading, which is beyond time and space, we have got the other two layers of God before we go to the ultimate. One is Ekarupam, God with the name and form. So you can invoke your God, which is your favorite God, and then do anything and any prayer. And Nishkamam. Nishkamam means what? Without any materialistic desires. Without any materialist desires. Even without asking for God to remove the sufferings. That means endure whatever is given. Because whatever suffering we have got is because of our past actions. It is all our own past comes today, as we call it as a karma, prarabdha, all those languages we use. So it is all that comes. So whatever comes as the prarabdha, I accept it and endure it. And give me enough strength to endure whatever I'm going through. So that is that we can ask. But not get rid of it. That is the one part of Nishkama. Second one is getting more and more materialistic gains, which is called business bhakti. You do transactions. That's what many people who think they are pious, they do what they call it, go and ask Bhagavan, I'll give you this much, I'll pay some advance to you and get it. No. That is again, initial stage is okay. It is like LKG, UKG or primary class. Artha Bhakti is like a primary class. It's okay. But once you start understanding the real of scriptures through Bhagavad Gita and others or Vishnu Sahasranaamam, one has to clearly come to the conclusion we should not ask all the materialistic things. Again, whatever comes, it is okay. I will aspire to do things, I will get everything, but have the attitude, this is the real bhakti. What is Ishvara Arpana Bhava and Prasada Buddhi. Anything I dedicate to the Lord completely. Okay, anything I dedicate to the Lord completely, and I take everything as the prasada of the Lord. And my life is only for contribution, which is Panchamaha Yajna. Having these three attitude, Ishvara Arpana Bhava, Ishvara Prasada Buddhi, and fivefold contribution in terms of Panchamaha Yajna, this is called Nishkama Ishvara Bhakti. This is what Bhagavan wants all of us to follow. If you follow all of them, even if there are some omissions and commissions in our protocols of rituals where nothing can be done very perfectly, Bhagavan will pardon all of us. In fact, Veda says if you are doing any ritual for material gain, then you have to do everything with the prescriptive way, the correct way. Otherwise, it may not give the results which you are asking for. Sometimes it can be even counterproductive. So if you are a seeker of materialistic gains, then you have to be very, very perfect, which is almost impossible. So what the Veda says is be a Nishkama Saguna Ishvara Bhakta. That is the main thing. That is the Lokasaranga. Okay, because the essence is what? One is gained through the essence of the universe. That is, you are supposed to have the Shraddha and Bhakti with the Lord, with the Nishkama Saguna Ishvara Bhakti, with the Shraddha and Vedas, and Bhagavan says, I will give you everything. He says, Ananyas Chintayam Tomam Ejana Pariyupasate Tesham Nityabhyuktanam Yogakshemam Vahamiham. I will take care of your materialist things, don't worry. Whatever you have to take care of your daily day-to-day living, I will take care. Roti, kapda or makan, I will take care of it. You focus on the thought of the Lord. Yat karoshi yadashnasi yajjuhoshi dadasyate yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurushva madarpanam. Anything you do, you offer it to me. Patram pushpam palam toyam yome bhaktya prayaschati. That bhakti means what? Without expecting anything. Patram pushpam palam, anything. Anything is given. A simple water is fine. I happily take it. Like Krishna took the banana peel, and then when Vidura gave it, in the intense conversation, Bhagavan happily accepted it. So that Ishvara Bhakti is very, very important. What is that? Nishkama Saguna Ishvara Bhakti, Ishvara Arpana, Prasada Buddhi, Panchamaha Yajna. Life of contribution. That is what Bhagavan is asking. So he takes only the essence. The essence, what is that? The motive of the devotee. The motive of the devotee is what? The motive of the devotee is to lead a life of dharma and then you work for moksha. Work for moksha. You have got moksha in mind. So this is what is Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita as karma yoga. That means chitta shuddhi. You have got a lot of dirt in the mind. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, all have to be removed. For which that bhakti, Shraddha and bhakti is very, very important. So if you have all those things, then the processes are immaterial. When the motive is very, very, motive is very clean and it is only having the thought of Lord, then Bhagavan says the processes can be, even if they are defective, I accept. I accept. Very, very powerful thing. Many of the people who are ritualistic, rituals are important. I am not against the rituals. Rituals are important. And you have to follow the protocols, whatever is possible. But even if there are some omissions and commissions, Bhagavan is ready to excuse if your motive is good. What is the motive? Everything to the offer to the Lord. Ishvara Arpana Bhava. This is very, very important. So, Lokasaranga. Then Sutantuhu. Sutantuhu, one who is beautifully expanded as the universe. As even from the cotton, the tantu, the thread, tantu means the thread, spreads out long. Bhagavan has spread out beautifully in the form of this universe. Hence he is Sutantu. If this entire Jagat is looked upon as the fabric, then Bhagavan is the yarn which is lasting, but as though changing from moment to moment. I told you, very purpose of Vishnu Sahasranaamam is to divinize the entire universe and see the Lord in each and every part of the universe, every experience of the universe, every object in the universe. That you should not forget it. Again, Bhagavan says, Sutantuhu. Then next one is Tantu Vardhanaha, one who makes the universe grow. So he makes the universe expand just like the long yarn, or he cuts it also. He makes the yarn to expand, the galaxies expand, that is, the space between the galaxies increases, the galaxies seem to move away from each other. All those things happen. Okay, all those things happen. So he is the one who cuts away, destroys the thread of this universe during pralaya. So the verb vard means to cut. So tantuhu means expanding and vard means to cut. So he expands and he cuts it. So science says that the universe is expanding, and one point of time everything will be coming back. Everything is coming back. So everything avyaktam and vyaktam. So vyaktam means manifestation and avyaktam means unmanifestation. So everything will go and come back again. So that's what it is. So Bhagavan will cut it out also. That is what is Tantuvardhanaha. Then Indra Karma. Indra Karma. Indra here means the ruler. Bhagavan is Indra Karma because his karma actions are like that of Indra, the king. They are great and glorious. Or he is the one who rules the world in the form of Indra. So both meanings can be taken. Then Mahakarma, the accomplisher of the great deeds. He is Mahakarma because his karma is Mahat. Karma here means the object created. So what is the object of action of creation of Bhagavan? The Jagat. Bhagavan only created this Jagat consisting of 5 great elements, and all the elementals is the object. Everything is so complex. There is nothing elementary in the creation. Man, it is Mahat. It is very, very great one. And you must be fascinated by the creation. Everything is orderly. The galaxies, the sun rotates in its orbit, and all the planets rotate, all the galaxies move. Everything is happening. There's orderliness in the creation. Only man comes, the human being comes, and then try to disturb the orderliness. So I repeatedly said again, the human beings will be fixed upon whether you behave or you will be taken out. There is a famous saying: you change the people or change the people. You change the people or change the people. What do you mean? Either you change the behavior of the people so that we as a human being can last in this earth for some more time, or change the people. Bhagavan will remove the entire humanity from this earth. And it is every day the newspaper, you have got all this global warming. And yesterday in the Singapore Straits Times paper, there was a beautiful analysis, another one way of presenting it. And in terms of how much you are consuming, and normally there is a time period to regenerate the earth. Whatever we are consuming every day, there is a time period by which it is getting regenerated. So that time period is dwindling in the last 50 years. It says in 1970 to 2022, the population has doubled. And because the population explosion and your consumption has gone up, and the ability to regenerate whatever the wealth in the earth is dwindling, and it has been given in a beautiful calendar form. And it also said, that particular article says how each country is consuming and how much time it takes to regenerate. Like this, it has presented in multiple ways. But if all those things, are we really changing our behavior? Very unfortunately, as of now, no. I hope Bhagavan gives the buddhi to all the political leaders. And then all the political leaders, leaving their differences, come together. We can only pray for it. We will be gone by that time anyhow. But the earth will be there. But what happens is the future generation is going to suffer. Only thing is, we can only pray to the Lord, give buddhi to all the CEOs. More than that, CEOs is the industry. It's the political will of the leaders, which is more important. They only command and control the businesses. So all the leaders of every country come together. They have been burying their differences and really work for it. So far, nothing seems to be working, which is very, very unfortunate. Anyhow, Bhagavan will take care of it. We will not worry. We will only pray. And we will do our part. We try to have a simple living. That is very important. As individual, what we can do, we try to have a very simple living. Simple within quote, each one define your own simplicity. Okay, that's what it is. Then Krita Karma. Okay, Mahakarma, then Krita Karma. One who has done all that is to be done. Very beautiful Nama. He is Krita Karma because he has done everything that is to be done. There is nothing left undone, nothing lacking in what has been done. The end that one wants to achieve is called purushartha, or shortly called artha. Generally, as a human being, one has got many arthas to be achieved, and by the time one achieves few of them, a few more gets added to the list, isn't it? Assuming at the age of 25 you say this is what I want to accomplish, and everything is accomplished at the age of 45, that means your list should be zero. But what happens is the list further expands, it keeps adding. So the list seems to be unending. Thus, it is not possible for anyone to say, I have done all that is to be done, because I have achieved all that which has to be achieved. So, from our standpoint, when we look at the Lord, He is the Kritartha. He has achieved everything that is to be achieved, and hence He is Krita Karma. He has done everything that is to be done. To put it in a different way, He has everything with Him, and therefore there is nothing to be achieved by Him. Therefore, there is nothing to be done by Him. A lot of references comes in Gita also. Name partasti kartavyam trishu lokeshu kanchana nanavav tamavaptavyam vartayeva cha karmani. There is nothing to be accomplished by me in this world. Okay, so namam karmani limpanti name karma pale spriha. Bhagavan says nothing will affect me because I am doing it everything with the akarta abhokta bhava, undetached. Sorry, detached, in a very detached, not undetached. It's a detached bhava, in a detached mindset. So I'm not attached to anything because I have nothing to accomplish. Bhagavan repeatedly says in the Gita also. So the purpose for which Bhagavan took an avatara was for doing none. Dharmatmakam karma. Actions that are keeping with dharma. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutthanam adharmasya tatatmanam shujamyaham. So it is always a mission accomplished, and therefore he gains the name Krita Karma. That means he has accomplished everything that should be accomplished. That is understand. So he has got no personal desires. So when you offer something to the Lord, when you go and do various offerings, like what is that we are supposed to signify that? The offering is for what is the attitude we should give? We should take the attitude of thanksgiving. Bhagavan, you have given me everything what I want, so I thank you. What do you do when somebody has helped you? What do? You go with the something. You want something to be done. You want a medical college seat. Somebody has helped you, or not a medical college. You want a LKG seat for your granddaughter or a grandson. You catch hold of somebody, and then somebody gives you something. Get the seat. Then you go with a basket of fruits or whatever it is, or chocolates, and then go and say, thank you very much. You have helped me with this. Like this, when you go to the Lord and then offer everything, Lord is not going to take anything. Don't worry. Lord is not going to eat your kodakatai or vada which is coming there. Lord, you, it is only the bhava with which I say thank you very much. So one of the attitudes which we do action is action of thanksgiving. Very, very important. Yajnartat karmanon anyatra lokoyam karma bandhana. Tadartam karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. Beautifully Bhagavan says. The entire, all the yajna means panchama yajnas, all actions are basically for giving thanks to the Lord. Deva yajnam, pitra yajnam, rishi yajnam, manushya yajnam, bhuta yajnam. Everything is in the form of thanksgiving to Lord, because Bhagavan does not need anything for him. Understand this very clearly. So if you try to say, I'm trying to appease Bhagavan by bribing, that is our stupidity, our ignorance of not studying the scriptures properly. Sorry to say very bluntly, I have to put the things in a very blunt form only, because my one of the mission is for more people to study scriptures. That is what is missing today. The more you study, the more you not only you will enjoy the scriptures, manasha systematically. I call it as an MBBS course. 5 years you take systematically, so you will get it. That's what is very, very important. So then Kritagamaha. Kritagamaha, the author of the Vedas. Okay, Agama means Vedas, because na paramparaya agachati. They come down through parampara, either a father and son or teacher and student. All rituals and their know-how are given in the Vedas. So all the Agamas, Vedas are Krita, authored by him. given out by him. Bhagavan is the Kritagama. And again, here, very important point to be noted down. Again, we have discussed in the past. I am repeating again for those newcomers who are listening to this talk. Veda is not human created. Veda is apaurushayam. It is beyond human delivery. What is that? Only our rishis with their purest mind deciphered the truth and then they only gave it out. So rishis are only the medium through which the Veda is given, and Vyasacharya, the first librarian, codified it into Rig, Yajur, Sama, Atharvana and all those things. And now only maybe about 15-20% of Vedas is only available. Many of them are vanished. And if anybody wants to know the complete details about the Vedas, there is a beautiful book called The Vedas by the Kanchi Math publication. Beautifully written in English, only about 200 odd pages. It gives you complete details about it. So Veda is not human created. It is apaurushayam. It is a apaurushaya pramanam. It's a sixth instrument. Okay, and then that is what is given for humanity. Like we say, if you go to a medical shop, buy a small eye drop, there will be a user manual, which is 20 languages. It will be written how to store it, how to use it, how to cap it again, put it back in the fridge. All the details will be given. Similarly, Bhagavan, having created the universe, has given this user manual called Vedas. Understand this very, very clearly. And once you have this understanding, even if you do not understand Veda clearly, because it is impossible for us to go end to end to Veda and understand the meaning. It is so complex. The Vedic language is very, very complex. All you need to do is you have to study only two scriptures. I told you, one is Bhagavad Gita, second one is Tirukkural. These two scriptures have got the Veda Sara. Sarvo Parishado Gavo Dokta Gopala Nandana. Entire Sara is given by these two scriptures. And Bhagavad Gita is widely translated, so also Tirukkural. I have given those references to the people. Please study both of them. The entire essence of the Vedas is given in these two simple texts. Often our Modi ji is nowadays is coming and spreading Tirukkural because he has become a fan now. Okay, because he has seen the value of it. Many, many people have seen the value of it. So English, this thing is available. Please go and see. So Kritagamaha. With this, shloka number 84 is over. Now we will go to shloka 85. Udbhava Sundara Sundo Ratmanabha Sulochanah Arko Vajasani Shringi Jayanta Sarvavijayi. Udbhava Sundara Sundo Ratmanabha Sulochanah Arko Vajasani Shringi Jayanta Sarvavijayi. Udbhavaha. Udbhavaha. The one of superior birth, the one who has no birth. You can take in both ways. One who has superior birth or one who has no birth. Let us look at both the ways. Bhagavan is Udbhava because his bhava, birth is taken of his free will and not due to karma. It is therefore Utkrishta, superior and praiseworthy. He is born according to his will by keeping Maya under control. He is born where he likes. For whatever purpose that avatara was assumed, that job is always well accomplished. There is no unaccomplished avatara at all. And here very important point is, we as Manushas, we take birth, which is not called avatara. We take it as our birth is, we don't call it as a avatara. It is only our birth is there. Okay, in our birth, what we do? We are born because of our prarabdha. We have got the karmas of the past, sanchita, of which one part is called prarabdha, which is fructifying. Because of which we are born as a being. It can be Manushya or it can be some other being, we do not know. This Janma, we have got Manushya birth. That's it. So we are born because of the past karma. Whereas Bhagavan does not have any such karma. Because he's just in the previous Nama we saw, Bhagavan has accomplished everything, so nothing to be accomplished. So he is Akarta Abhokta. So he comes down to take avatara. He comes down and takes avatara for various purposes to establish or re-establish dharma. That is very, very important. There's a beautiful Nama which is coming in the Bhagavad Gita. Ajo pisannavyayatma bhutanam ishvaro pisan prakritim swamadhisthaya sambhavam yatma mayaya. Fourth chapter, sixth shloka. So he has got the superior birth when he takes the avatara. Otherwise, one who has no birth. That means udgataha bhavaha asmat. He is one from whom birth has gone away. Udgataha bhavaha asmat. Because the cause of all, he himself is uncaused. So being the cause of all, he himself is uncaused. Hence, there is no bhava, birth for him. So Bhagavan does not have any birth at all. Because Bhagavan is all pervading, it is always there. At the highest level of our Vedanta, which is the true Bhagavan, the original Bhagavan, others are all copycat. What is the original Bhagavan? Original Bhagavan is all pervading, formless, and it is beyond time and space also. So where is the question of Bhagavan being born? No. Whereas on the other hand, when it comes, this is the Advaita Siddhanta, in two levels we look at it. At the absolute reality, everything is Bhagavan only. Bhagavan is unborn. He is only all pervading. The Brahma Satyam, Jagan Mithya. This is from the angle of the ultimate Vedanta. But when it comes to Vyavaharika Satyam, the transactional empirical world, Bhagavan is taking avatara. Bhagavan is taking avatara and he is only managing everything. All the forces, I told you repeatedly, all the natural forces we see, all the forces are all Bhagavan only. Everything what you see is Bhagavan only. So that's what it is. So with his creative power of, so he himself he says, I am unborn, changeless and cause, and the Lord of all living beings, still wielding my own Prakriti, I as though come into being by my Maya, by my own creative power. So this is what it is. So Udbhavaha. We have seen it earlier also in the Nama number 373. Then Sundaraha, the handsome. He is Sundara, very handsome, and this beauty is the wonder of the world. Whether it is Avatara or the Jagat, in which the Avatara takes place, he is Sundara, beautiful. Even in his Narasimha Avatara, he is beautiful, especially when he became Lakshmi Narasimha. So Bhagavan's creation is beautiful. Understand this. The entire thing is Bhagavan only. The whole universe is Bhagavan. So one should be able to have the vision, able to see the beauty in everything. Bharadiyar said, Kake Cherahinile Nandalala. I mean, he has said, the feathers of the crow, and then I see the Lord. So you require a vision which is not the ordinary vision. It's beyond that, and see the beauty in everything. You go to the biologists and botanists and they will say, what is the beauty of these insects and then all these plants? And you go to the astrophysicists, they will say, what is the beauty of this creation by the vast universe? You go to the astronomers who go up the earth and then see the earth from there. And they say, I am very convinced there has to be one superior power which only can create such magnificent earth. That's what one astronomer said. So everything is, we have to be able to enjoy. You don't need to go anywhere. You open your eyes, everything is Bhagavan only. That's what is Sundaraha. Then Sundaha, one who melts our heart. Sundaha. Because his grace, Sustu Anati, melts the heart of even the most ardent person. Sulabena Anati, effortlessly melts everybody. He is Sunda. Takes grace. His great compassion effortlessly melts people. Because Bhagavan has given the Vedas, has given the Gita, he has given all these scientific advancements to all of us to have the comfortable life. And we should be having a gratitude. So he melts the heart of the Bhaktas, the real Bhaktas. Okay, with the Shraddha and Bhakti, you do it. Bhagavan says, I will get you everything. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim. In the Dhyana Shloka, we chant. No, we can. If a person is a person who cannot speak, we'll make you speak. If a person is broken leg, he can still climb the mountains. So I will make everything accompli for my bhaktas. For my bhakta, I will do everything. I will come in any form and help the bhakta. Only thing is the That bhakta will never have any inclination for any materialistic things. So everything is Bhagavan, everything is accomplished Bham. That's why Upanishad says, one of the Upanishad says, by the experience of by this time, Pariksha Lokan Karmachitan na Brahmanaha Nirvedamayat. Mundaka Upanishad says, by the sheer experience of last 40, 50, 60 years of your life, by this time, by the experience should have taught you the lesson that my effort is only limited. There is some invisible principle which is managing many, many things in my life. That viveka should come, that understanding should come. You just examine your own life. Each one of us have gone tons of experiences. So you go through that, you will understand, appreciate Ishvara. So he is there to melt our heart. With all these experience, if you do not have still that connection with the Lord, then Bhagavan says you are a very unfortunate person. Better luck next time. What can I do? You come next time. Because Bhagavan as Avatara was in front of Ravana. What happened to Ravana? He gave so much of darshanam. Ravana did not improve. Bhagavan gave darshanam to Hiranyakashipu. What happened? Nothing happened. Bhagavan gave darshanam to Kamsa. What happened? So Bhagavan is in front of us all the time. Only thing is we have to have the discerning, the ability, the ability to understand and have the connection with the Lord. That discerning power is not easy for everyone. That means you must be able to appreciate everything in the life. That means you must be able to connect all your experiences and see Lord in everything. That is what is that training the mind is very, very important, Bhagavan says. Then so Sundaha. Then Ratna Nabha, one whose center has many jewels. He is Ratna Nabha because his navel is beautiful like a jewel. This is one meaning. Because it can be looked in another way also. The Lord is in the form of the earth, which has Ratnas in its Nabi, has all the precious stones, gold and other precious things within, and hence he is Ratna Nabha. Then Sulochana, one who has beautiful eyes. So Sulochana means one who has got beautiful eyes. The other way of looking at it is Lochana means, can also mean Jnana. So he is the one who has superior knowledge. That is all knowledge. Sarvajnaha, Sarvashaktiman. So yeah. Okay, so he is Sulochana. Further, knowledge of him, of his Swarupa, is the knowledge of the blessings. So every knowledge is a blessing. But the ultimate blessing is the Jnana that liberates one from samsara. So every knowledge is a blessing, but ultimate knowledge is what? Jnana. What is the Jnana? Ultimately, Bhagavan and myself at the absolute level are none other than the same. Brahma Satyam, Jagan Mithya, Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha. This is the ultimate pinnacle of Vedanta. Brahma Satyam, Brahman only is Satyam. Satyam means what? Trikala Aditaha, Brahman is the only truth in the whole thing. All other things are Mithya. Mithya means seemingly for transactional purpose they are there. Actually speaking, they don't have any essence. Everything, the whole universe is Mithya. There's no Sara in this universe. Everything is Asaram. There's no, in fact, it is there for transaction, but it is only name and form. Actually, it doesn't have truth. It is changing. The truth, Satyam has to be very carefully understood. Okay, Satyam means it is existent on all the three times, past, present, and future is called Satyam here. Not the speaking truth. That is a different Satya. That is Dharma Satya. We are not referring there. So Brahma Satyam, Jagan Mithya, Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha. This is the ultimate pinnacle. That is the knowledge. That is the only thing which can liberate one from samsara. Samsara means Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam, repeated birth and death. One can be overcome. Then Arkaha, the one worthy of being worshipped. The word Arka is derived from the root Ark, to worship. So Bhagavan is Arka because he is worshipped by even Brahmaji and other devatas who themselves are worshipped. So all worship goes and falls at his feet only. What is seen, what is heard, everything falls at his feet, at the altar of consciousness. This is important. Then Vajasanaha, the giver of food. Vaja is food, especially rice. Here is he is the great provider of Vaja, food, through the earth and to all beings. So all the jivas, be it human beings, animal, plants, insects, or bacteria, are provided with appropriate food. So Bhagavan is called Vajasana. The science says we have got enough to for all our needs. In spite of the population growing up to 10 billion by 2050, we can feed everybody comfortably, provided you don't destroy the ecology, provided everybody converts into vegetarianism. A non-vegetarian, you have to consume lot of food for the producing 1 kg of meat. So even from the scientific angle, to turn into vegetarian, you are saving the planet. Very clear. Lot of studies have been proven also. Of course, every bhakta of the Lord will not do any harm. Adveshta sarva bhutanam. So essentially, a person who believes in God should be definitely a vegetarian. Why? Because you don't want to harm anyone. Our Hinduism definitely says very clearly. So let us be very clear about it. So he is the one who is giving enough food for everyone. Then the Shringi, one who has a horn or a peak. One who has got horn or a peak. So Shringi is one who has a prominent special Shringa. Shringa can mean horn or a peak of a mountain. So in this Matsyavatara, at the time of Pralaya, he has a special horn by which he dragged the boat carrying the king Satyavrata and others. Another way of looking at it is he alone is in the form of the great mountains which have got special peaks and therefore Shringi. And in Gita, he says, Bhagavan says, Stavaranam Himalaya. I am the Himalayas among the mountains. That's what he said in the 10th chapter. So, Arko Vajasanaha Shringi. Then Jayantaha. Jayantaha, the cause of victory. He is Jayanta because he excels in conquering enemies. Any kind of Jaya, success requires his grace. So, what makes the difference between victory and failure is grace. Bhagavan is Jayanta because he is the cause of our success. In the Mahabharata, Bhagavan Sri Krishna was the cause of the victory of the Pandavas. Mahabharata itself is called Jaya to show that it is a dharma and satya alone which wills ultimately. So when everything is destroyed, the truth alone will prevail. Understand this very important point. Then Sarva Jayi, Sarva Vijjayi means all knower and victorious. The two words together form one Nama. Sarva Vijjayi is one Nama. He is the Sarvavit, one who is a knower of everything, and also Jayi, one who is victorious. So Shastra uses the word Sarvajna to refer to a Jnani who knows Brahman, and Brahman is everything, and he knows himself, the Atma, as Brahman, the essence of everything, hence Sarvajna. And the word Sarvavit refers to one who knows everything individually with all the details. There can be many Sarvajnas, but there can be only one Sarvavit, that is Bhagavan. So Sarvajnas can be many, Sarvavit can be only one. So Bhagavan is Sarvavit. So then he is Jayi. Jayi means because he has the nature of always being victorious. No internal or external enemy can stand against him. So he is Sarvavit and also Jayi. Beautiful. So with this, let us conclude today's talk and we'll continue in the next class. Hari Om. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Magi Magishaha Gobrahmanebhyo Shubhamasnityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Shri Gurubhyo Namah Krishna Arpanamastu. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Namaskaram. Thank you.